The camera moves to a tall glass office building. Outside, a tired security guard in a faded uniform stands at the gate. His name is Eli. His hands are shaking as he checks his old phone. On the screen, a message from his little daughter. "Papa, will you bring cake tomorrow for the holiday?" Eli whispers, "Yes, my angel. I promise." Suddenly, a black luxury car stops at the gate. The door opens. Mr. Carter, the rich owner of the company, steps out in a long coat and expensive watch. His face is cold. He looks at Eli like he is dust on the road. Mr. Carter, with anger. "Why were you late today?" Eli swallows. "Sir, I was only 10 minutes late. My wife fainted at home. I had to call the neighbor to help. I came as fast as I could." Mr. Carter laughs without a smile. "Always excuses. You poor people are all the same. Holiday tomorrow, and you think I will be kind." He steps closer. His voice cuts like a knife. "You're fired. Right now. No salary. No bonus." Eli's eyes fill with tears. "Sir, please. My kids are waiting. I haven't paid the rent. Please don't do this, not one day before the holiday." Mr. Carter turns away. "Leave the uniform. And get out of my building." Eli stands frozen. In that moment, his whole world breaks. If you were in his place, what would you do? The camera slowly moves up to a corner of the building. A small red light is blinking. The security camera has recorded everything. And this, my friend, is where karma starts to wake up. The wind gets stronger. Eli takes off his uniform jacket with shaking hands. The cold bites his skin. Other staff pass by, laughing and talking about the holiday. One of them, a young employee named Daniel, slows down. "Eli, what happened?" he asks softly. Eli tries to smile, but his lips tremble. "Nothing. Just going home early today." Mr. Carter shouts from behind. "Daniel! Stop chatting with the guard and get inside. We have real work to do." Daniel looks at Eli with sad eyes, then rushes inside. Eli bends down to pick up his small bag. The strap is torn. His eyes are wet, but he holds back the tears. He whispers to himself, "It's okay. I'll find something. God will help." As he walks away from the gate, we see his shoes. Old. Broken. The sole is half open. Holiday lights shine on the road, but for Eli everything feels dark. Inside the building, Mr. Carter steps into the lobby. Mia, his teenage daughter, is waiting there with her headphones around her neck. She is dressed in modern clothes, but her eyes are kind. "Dad, can we go? The mall will close soon. I still have to buy gifts for the orphanage kids," she says. Mr. Carter checks his watch. "I had to fire that useless guard first," he says casually. "He was late again. People like him never learn." Mia frowns. "Dad, you fired him today? But tomorrow is the holiday. Maybe he had a problem." Mr. Carter waves his hand. "I don't care about his problems. This is business. Weak people are replaceable." His words are sharp, cold, final. Mia looks at him, a little disturbed. On the security monitor behind the reception desk, the last footage still plays. Eli begging. Mr. Carter shouting. No one notices. Not yet. That night, in a small one-room house, Eli sits on the floor. His wife Grace leans against the wall, pale and tired. Their two kids, Sam and Lily, are doing homework on a small wooden table. The walls are cracked. The light bulb is dim. Lily runs to him with a drawing. "Papa, look. I drew our family at the holiday. You and Mama and us, and cake," she says with a big smile. Eli's eyes fill with tears. He hugs her tight. He doesn't know how to tell them that he lost his job. He looks at Grace. She understands from his face. Her eyes shine with pain, but she stays silent in front of the children. "Everything will be okay," she whispers later, when the kids are asleep. "You always find a way." Eli stares at the ceiling. Inside his heart, he feels small, broken, but he is still kind, still hoping. He doesn't know that the same man who fired him will soon beg for his help. The screen fades to black. What happens the next morning will start the chain of karma. Next morning, the city is bright and busy. Holiday songs play in shops. People carry gifts. Children laugh. In the office building, a new security guard stands at the gate. He is young, careless, and keeps scrolling on his phone. Inside, Mr. Carter walks proudly through the lobby. Today is a big day. A very important investor, Ms. Grace Holloway, is visiting to sign a deal worth millions. He straightens his tie and smiles at his reflection. Mia walks beside him, but she is quiet. Dad, she says, I still think it was too harsh firing Eli like that. Mr. Carter sighs. Mia, you are too soft. He was late. Again. If I let him stay, everyone will become lazy. Mia looks at the security monitors on the wall. An idea comes to her mind. Can I see what really happened? She asks. Without waiting for permission, she walks toward the small security room. Inside the room, an IT guy named Ryan is adjusting the cameras. Hey Ryan, can you show me last night's footage at the gate? Mia asks. Ryan nods. Sure. He plays the video. They see Eli checking his phone, worried. They see Mr. Carter's car arrive. They see the whole scene. Every insult. Every tear. Mia's hand covers her mouth. Her father's voice on video is sharp and cruel. People like you don't deserve to work here. Leave the uniform and get out. She feels something heavy in her chest. Ryan, can you send me this clip? She says in a low voice. Ryan hesitates. Is everything okay, Mia? She looks at the screen, her eyes wet. No, it's not. Meanwhile, in the main meeting room, Mr. Carter is preparing for the investor. Files on the table. Laptops. Presentation ready. He calls his assistant. Make sure everything is perfect. Coffee hot. No mistakes today. This deal is bigger than my entire staff combined, he says. He laughs, but his laugh is empty. At the same time, Mia leaves the security room and goes to the break area. She watches the video again on her phone. In one part of the footage, she notices something. Before coming late, Eli is seen outside the building entrance. There's an old woman who slipped on the wet road. Eli is helping her. He picks up her bag, helps her stand, and calls a taxi for her. He looks at his watch, then runs inside, only a few minutes late. He was not lazy. He was saving someone. Mia's eyes fill with shame. If you have ever seen someone judged without knowing the full story, you know how this feels, the narrator says softly. Mia quickly sends the video to someone. Not just anyone. She sends it to Ms. Grace Holloway, her godmother, and the main investor coming that day. Please watch this before the meeting, Mia writes. A few minutes later, Ms. Grace replies with just 3 words. We need to talk. Mr. Carter has no idea that, while he smiles at his perfect presentation, 2 women are walking toward him, bringing the truth he tried to bury. The large glass doors open. Ms. Grace walks in, wearing a dark suit. Her face is calm but hard. Mia walks beside her, holding her phone tight. Mr. Carter stands up with a big smile. Grace. Happy holidays. Today is the start of a great future for our company, he says, spreading his arms. She does not smile back. Is it a great future built on crushing poor people? She asks, her voice cold. Mr. Carter freezes. What do you mean? Ms. Grace looks at Mia. Mia, play the video. In front of the whole team, on the big screen in the meeting room, the footage starts. Eli at the gate. Mr. Carter's car. The shouting. The insults. People like you don't deserve to work here. No salary. No bonus. Leave the uniform and get out. The room goes silent. You can hear only the sound of the video. Some staff look down, ashamed. Some whisper to each other. Daniel, the young employee, clenches his jaw. He remembers Eli's sad smile. When the video ends, no one speaks for a moment. Mr. Carter's face turns red. Grace, this is a private matter. He was just a guard. Always late. We need discipline. Look again. Ms. Grace cuts him off. She rewinds to the part where Eli helps the old woman outside. Everyone watches as Eli lifts her gently, checks if she is okay, and sends her safely in a taxi. Then he rushes in, late only by a few minutes. Ryan explains softly, we checked the outside camera earlier. He was helping her for almost 8 minutes. The room feels heavy. Ms. Grace turns to Mr. Carter. You fired a kind, hard-working man one day before the holiday. You shouted at him like he was trash. And you stole his bonus. Her voice gets stronger. If this man can treat a poor employee like this, how will he treat clients, partners, investors? Mr. Carter opens his mouth, but no words come out. He feels small. For the first time, really small. Just then, a loud alarm starts beeping. Everyone jumps. Ryan checks his system. Ma'am, someone just entered the basement from the back gate. The new guard didn't stop him. He marked him as electrician, but we don't have any electricians scheduled today. On the security screen, they see a man in a fake uniform walking quickly inside. In a few minutes, chaos begins. Sir, our finance office has been broken into, someone shouts. Important files are missing. A laptop with all the contract data is gone. The company's safe is open. The new guard is nowhere to be seen. Mr. Carter feels the ground move under his feet. This can't be happening, he whispers. Police are called. The insurance company is informed. But the insurance officer says on the phone, you removed your trained head guard without notice, one day before the holiday, and hired an unverified person. This breaks your security agreement. We may not be able to cover your loss. The amount stolen? More than the whole year's salary of Eli. Plus the investor's trust. Ms. Grace looks at Mr. Carter with deep disappointment. This is not just bad luck. This is the price of arrogance, she says. Later that day, the board has an urgent meeting. Ms. Grace plays the video again. Shows the security report. The stolen money. The broken trust. We cannot let a man who abuses the weakest and risks millions stay as CEO, she says. The board members agree. Mr. Carter is removed as CEO. He loses his position, his respect, his power. Karma does not always shout. Sometimes it speaks in signatures on paper. Days later, we see the same glass office building again. But this time, something is different. A man in a fresh new uniform stands proudly at the gate. It is Eli. He is not just a guard now. A new sign near the gate reads, Chief of Security, Eli Collins. The company, now under Ms. Grace's leadership, called him back. She met him in person. Eli, we are sorry for what was done to you, she said. We want you back, with double salary, full benefits, and respect. Will you accept? Eli's eyes filled with tears. For my family, yes. But only if things really change here, he replied. Ms. Grace smiled. That's why we need people like you. As Eli stands at the gate, a taxi stops. Mr. Carter steps out. But this time, he is not the boss. He carries a simple briefcase. His face is tired. He walks up to Eli. For a second, he cannot look up. Then he whispers, Eli, I came to say I'm sorry. Eli looks at him quietly. Mr. Carter's eyes are red. I lost my position. I lost money. But the worst thing I lost was my own daughter's respect. She said she doesn't want to become like me. That hurt more than anything, he says, voice breaking. A tear rolls down his cheek. I was cruel to you. I forgot that you are a human being with a family, with a heart. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I needed to say this. There is a long silence. Cars pass. Holiday lights blink above them. Finally, Eli speaks. Sir, that night, my children cried themselves to sleep. We had nothing for the holiday. I will never forget that pain. Mr. Carter closes his eyes. But, Eli continues softly, my wife always says, if we don't forgive, we carry the same darkness that hurt us. I don't want that darkness. He takes a deep breath. I forgive you, Mr. Carter. But I hope you never treat anyone like that again. Mr. Carter nods slowly. I won't. I promise. He walks away, smaller, quieter. Mia runs to the gate. Eli, she calls, smiling. My dad really is trying to change. Thank you for forgiving him. Eli smiles gently. People make mistakes, he says. But how they correct them, that shows who they really are. The camera pulls back. We see the rich building. We see the once poor, helpless guard now respected. We see a proud, kind man standing where he once stood in tears. Karma did not just punish. It also lifted the one with the clean heart. Final message. No job is small. No person is less because they are poor. When you insult someone who is already struggling, you are not showing your power. You are showing your weakness. The way you treat the guard at the gate, the cleaner in the hallway, the maid in your house, says more about you than your car, your money, or your title. Respect everyone. Because one day, the same door you close on someone might be the door you need to walk through. Have you ever seen someone treat poor workers badly in real life? What would you do if you were there?